Some players will be cut before the start of the season. 4 players from the Commanders are literally fighting for their survival on the roster. You're about to find out who these athletes are that could disappear from the team if they don't shine in the preseason. But here's the problem. The competition is so fierce that even talented players may not make the cut. You will discover how a signed veteran is already making an impact at training camp and pressuring younger players to step out of their positions. And there's more. Terry McLaurin revealed a training camp star who could be the next sensation in fantasy football and for the Commanders. Stay with me until the end, because you will understand exactly how these situations can completely reshape the future of the Commanders roster in 2026. So give the video a like. It's just a click, and it helps me a lot to keep bringing you the truth about the Commanders. The Washington Commanders tried to adjust their wide receiver group and also made significant changes to the coaching staff. Meanwhile, 3 players are facing a delicate situation to secure their spots on the final 53-man roster. For any NFL team, getting to that number is an extremely difficult task, involving decisions that impact entire careers. The Commanders and head coach Dan Quinn face complicated choices, even though the roster is not among the top 10 in the league. Jeremy McNichols is one of the most intriguing players in this survival battle on the defensive roster. The Commanders seem convinced that Jackery Krosky-Merritt, in his second year in the league, is the ideal running back for first downs. In games where the Commanders gain an advantage, he is likely to have a significant number of plays. Behind him is newly signed Rachaad White, who brings the experience of a veteran and excels in third down situations, both as a pass receiver and in quarterback protection. The Buccaneers offensive coordinator praised White for his ability to block passes, even against much heavier players. Additionally, the Commanders have rookie running back Katron Allen, who will almost certainly take the RB3 spot. This leaves McNichols in a competition with Jerome Ford and possibly Robert Henry for the 4th slot. McNichols has shown some qualities over the summer, displaying impressive agility during OTA joint practices. The challenge is extremely tough for McNichols, but his special teams ability could be the deciding factor in his favor. Dyami Brown is also facing a precarious situation on the roster. In some formations, Brown may not have actually been in the running for a spot, but due to the fragility of the Commanders' wide receiver group, he has a chance. One of the main reasons is his ability to stretch the field, although his talent hasn't shown through in recent years. Brown averaged only 10.3 yards per reception in 2024 with the Commanders, and last year with the Jaguars. His performance didn't improve much in that regard. Perhaps this is the year things will click for the 26-year-old player. Brown stated that he understands the game better now and has learned a lot from other players during his time in Florida. He highlighted that he has grown mentally and physically, and that his mindset now is to step onto the field and dominate. But there is a lot of youth in the receiver corps. Antonio Williams is a promising rookie, Luke McCaffrey is in his 3rd year, and Jalen Lane is starting his 2nd season. Finding a path to the 53-man roster won't be easy for Brown. Javonte Jean-Baptiste is another player in a delicate situation. Selected in the 7th round of the 2024 draft, Jean-Baptiste played 12 games for the Commanders that season and even became a starter. However, Jean-Baptiste only played 3 games last year due to a pectoral muscle injury. This year, he not only needs to recover physically, but also needs to overcome the roster overhaul at his position. The Commanders signed Odafe Owe and K'Lavon Chaisson as free agents, both integrated into the starting lineup. In front of Jean-Baptiste are also Dorrance Armstrong, rookie Joseph Josephs, and veteran Charles Omenihu. With so many players available at the edge rusher position, Jean-Baptiste's spot on the main team may depend on his ability to establish himself quickly. He needs something that allows him to play a significant role, as he doesn't seem to have the talent necessary to outdo all these competitors. The situation is complicated, but not impossible, if he can regain form before the injury. The cornerback position is a big question mark for the Commanders, which is exactly why Rasul Douglas was signed. He's already making good plays just 2 days into the Commanders' training camp. The Washington Commanders signed Rasul Douglas with the hope that his strong performance in 2025 would carry into the preseason and regular season of 2026. So far, that is exactly what is happening in training camp. Rasul Douglas intercepted a pass from Marcus Mariota at the end of the 2nd day of preseason, showcasing his experience and savvy. Even though this resulted from a communication breakdown or a timing issue, that doesn't matter in real games. Communication breakdowns and timing issues happen all the time, and players are there to capitalize on those mistakes when they occur. Douglas told reporters that he is a player who will give everything he has, and that he is passionate about the game. He enjoys celebrating, likes making plays, and honestly, it's all he thinks about. Making plays and trying to help the team win in the best way possible. Guys like Mike Sainristil and Trey Amos don't have that veteran experience because they haven't been in the league as long as he has, and they don't have anywhere near the same game vision for NFL offenses that Rasul Douglas possesses. This is crucial for a group of Commanders cornerbacks facing many uncertainties for the 2026 season. Fortunately, Douglas is helping to alleviate some of those uncertainties with his performance in training camp so far. Douglas mentioned that he did not participate in training camp last year when speaking with reporters after the first day, yet he still managed to have a positive impact for the Dolphins. Imagine what he could do for the Commanders if he is having a positive impact in training camp. Rasul Douglas's presence will not take Trey Amos out of the starting lineup, but will make him a rotational player at the cornerback position in his second year. With Mike Sainristil still, Amick Robertson, and Rasul Douglas currently as the top 3 cornerbacks in the Commanders training camp, there's a lot to do with these guys. This kind of leaves Trey Amos out of the immediate hierarchy. But that's okay. He needs to focus on recovering. Adam Peters said that Amos was dealing with muscle injuries during the offseason, which is why he is on the physically unable to perform list. He also needs to work on his overall game because while he has a lot of potential, he was an average or below average cornerback before getting injured last year. Having Amos as a depth player isn't bad at all. It only strengthens the cornerback group, which in turn helps the secondary as a whole. Douglas is making good plays, and that's exactly what the Commanders need right now. The expectation is that he will continue this way throughout the remainder of training camp and over the regular season. Terry McLaurin highlighted a training camp star that fantasy football players will want to know about. The Washington Commanders are still defining the roster components, especially at the wide receiver position. McLaurin described this player as a chill guy, but whose performance says a lot about who he is. He is very skilled and agile, and when he's running routes, he is very sudden. You don't know exactly when he's going to change direction until he does. Then he has the explosion needed to break away from cuts, and he has very good hands to catch passes in any situation. The Commanders hope that receiver Antonio Williams will be a key player for the offensive attack. McLaurin said that Williams has a natural talent for getting open and succeeding at catching passes. He has a good sense of the receiver position, and I think he has the potential to help a lot. He has done everything we've asked, and I think he has a bright future ahead. It's not just a teammate praising Williams. Ben Solak from ESPN predicts a bright 2026 for Williams and even predicted that he will win the Offensive Rookie of the Year award. Williams fits perfectly into the David Blau offense, inspired by the Detroit style. Williams is a player who glides easily and makes bold receptions in the middle of the field. He drastically improved his incomplete pass rate in 2025 and has the knack for being an easy target for the quarterback. His routes are smart. He makes good adjustments on tough passes, has versatility to play both inside and outside, and has the ability to gain yards after the catch. Solak said that Williams is cut from the same mold as Amon-Ra St. Brown, which is an excellent comparison considering that St. Brown made the Lions' starting lineup as a rookie, selected in the 4th round of the draft. Of course, Williams needs opportunities to succeed. That means quarterback Jaden Daniels needs to trust the young receiver enough to throw him the ball frequently. Williams is ready for this role and has a broad skill set. He has a reliable playing style to sustain a significant workload, and there are few mid-round rookies for whom Solak has more optimistic projections for the first year than for Williams. So, Fan, after discovering how 3 players are literally fighting for survival on their rosters, understanding how Rasul Douglas is already making an impact in training camp by pressuring younger players, and learning that Terry McLaurin revealed a training camp star who might be the next sensation, which of these situations leaves you more hopeful or concerned? Do you believe that Jeremy McNichols will be able to keep his spot on the roster thanks to his special team skills? Or will the competition be too much for him? And more importantly, do you trust that Antonio Williams will win the Offensive Rookie of the Year award as predicted by Ben Solak? Or are we being too optimistic about the expectations surrounding the young receiver?